And now for the music. The music was basically was done by Jerry Goldsmith, who's done a lot of Joe Dante movies. He's done it for he's done it for a lot of his films, and he makes them. And his music is absolutely awesome in this movie, making it sound threatening, action-packed, but also exciting at times as well. I wouldn't have anyone else but him. His music is the best in this movie. This movie also has a few songs. Well, it's not a musical. It's songs that older people might actually know. A little bit of rock and a little bit of pop, which are actually on the soundtrack, and they include Tom Sawyer by Rush. Yeah, if I'm pronouncing their name right. Love is a Battlefield by Bernarda. Pat. Another One Bites the Dust by Queen. Communication Breakdown by Led Zeppelin. War by Bones, Thugs and Harmony. I'm hoping I got that name right. And Wannabe by the Spice Girls. And these songs, and many others, and these ones are actually pretty good. And I really enjoy these songs too. In fact, some of these songs actually got me into bands such as got me into Pat, Led Zeppelin, Queen, and the Spice Girls. So I bet it's thanks to this movie they actually got into them. I haven't really heard any songs from Bones, Thugs and Harmony or from Rush, but I actually really enjoy them. Really enjoy them. Now for the puppetry or we'll just call the effects. In this movie they used puppetry and CGI, and it works really well. And you can tell they used a lot of puppets and CGI, but not many puppets. It's mostly just CGI, because back then it was more cheaper, and CGI was still new at the time. So yeah, and the models were done by and the models were done by Stan Winston. I'm hoping I got that name right. Who did all the toys for the movie, and he did really good. He's also done the Terminator movies and Jurassic Park. That's really good. And once again, he actually has a pretty good job making the Gorgonites look like they're going to be the villains, but are really kind souls, and the Commandos, who are supposed to be the heroes, look like badass villains who could easily kill you in a second. That's actually quite impressive. Pretty impressive, right? Oh, did I mention that this film was also produced by DreamWorks? Yep, it was done by DreamWorks. As the motorbike said. Before they were doing Shrek movies, How You Train Your Dragon, Shark Tale, the Trolls movies, and many others, they did this movie. Well, this was the early days, so yeah. Now we move on to the merchandise. When this film, before and after this film came out, they sold a hell of a lot of merchandise, including board games, toy stuff, toy machines that they use in the films, minifigures, action figures, t-shirts, books, board games, and even DVDs and videos. And for some strange reasons, they all performed better than the movie did. Which is why some people might think it was just a commercial. It was just a commercial in a movie just to sell toys. Don't know why they thought about that. I don't know. But the merchandise was actually pretty good. But I only got the video and the DVD when I was a kid. I didn't get any. I never had any of the merchandise. So yeah, it was. So yeah, only them. But the merchandise was still good. And you can actually buy some of it online, either on Amazon or eBay or any other websites. That's cool. Now for the possibility for a reboot or a sequel. So, would I mind if this movie got a sequel or a remake one day? Well, yes and no. Yes, because I think it might actually bring the franchise back into a new light. With technology gotten better over time, it actually could actually bring a new generation of kids 13 and over into this movie. And no, because I'm not sure if they can actually make it as good as the first movie. But that's only about the sequel. As for a remake, well, I'll see what they can do. I'll see what they can do with it. If they do a remake one day, I'm hoping it'll be directed by Sam Raimi, the same person who actually directed the Spider-Man movies in the 2000s. I just think he would be perfect. Sure, Joe Dante was great, but I want to see what Sam Raimi does. I mean, he was brilliant directing the Spider-Man movies, so why not him? So, I would like to see a remake or a sequel one day, but we'll have to see. But we'll have to see first. If there won't be a sequel or remake one day, then it's fine. I'm okay with it. A little bit. Not at all. Okay, I'll be furious. Before we move on, I'd like to tell you that this was Phil Hartman's last movie before he died. This movie was actually dedicated to him. It's pretty sad to actually see a great actor from films such as Kiki Delivery Service and Jingle All the Way actually pass away shortly before this movie was actually released. But Phil Hartman does actually pretty good. Even if he's basically the same character from Jingle All the Way, the jerky neighbour. But unlike in Jingle All the Way, where he just wants to get with Arnold's wife, here he's just the kind of jerky neighbour you see every day who doesn't consider anyone, and not people like him. And yeah, he's a bit of a jerk. No wonder Chrissy has daddy issues. Now we're going to move on to my final thoughts of the movie. Overall, Small Soldiers is a brilliant movie. Sure, it has its flaws, but what movie hasn't? I enjoyed it as a kid, and I even enjoy it to this day. I enjoy the action, I enjoyed the characters, I enjoyed Tommy Lee Jones as Leadership Hazard, I enjoyed Kirsten Dunst, I enjoyed the Commandos, I even enjoyed the voice actors. This movie is one of my favourite films of all time. Sure, it's a bit flawed at times, but it's still great. And I'll still watch it even to this day. And maybe there'll be a sequel or a remake one day. And yes, I am aware that there were about small soldiers war of a Necron. I'm not sure if it's going to be a movie or a video game, but whatever it's going to be, I'll go and see it or play it. In conclusion, I give this movie 4 out of 5 stars, and it's still one of my absolute favourite films of all time. Phew! This has been one hell of a long trip. I didn't expect it would go on this long. Well, that's all from me. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and leave a comment down below on what you think of this movie. Until next time, here's to another 25 years, small soldiers. You have to be crazy not to be scared, and everything else is just a toy.